What's going on, Jerome's? So the civil war amongst the Vikings fan base right now is the quarterback position. You got J.J. McCarthy 2 games before he had the high ankle sprain, as well as Carson Wentz, the veteran who has stepped in nicely. Got that non-throwing shoulder rib issue, but who's going to be under center for the Vikings? Both Sunday against the Eagles, as well as going forward the rest of the season. Now, our guy, J.J. McCarthy, still fully out in, which... I don't know, 2 games shouldn't dissuade you. Oh, but you judge Sam Darnold off of 2 games. Yeah, the 2 most important games of Sam Darnold's career. Not so much. But Jonathan James McCarthy, but he's had 7 bad quarters out of 8. Yeah, the one quarter was pretty damn good. All right. So from what we've seen, I mean, McCarthy's got the moxie. He literally just needs reps, right? And you look at, Jane Daniels having instant success last year. You look at C.J. Stroud having instant success as a rookie, and then all of a sudden, sophomore slump. Maybe not so much. But also you look at Drake May, who fought through some adversity as a rookie, now looking really damn good in year 2. And Jonathan James McCarthy is going to be the guy for the Minnesota Fighting Vikings. He just needs some time. Someone who is advocating for that is the captain, Jonathan Greenard, JG, leader of the defense. Yeah, he was on a podcast and he was talking about the J.J. McCarthy situation. And I felt like this was really good leadership from Jonathan Greenard, where he talked about the circumstances with J.J. McCarthy, everything with the injuries, everything with him coming in as a young player, also backing Jonathan James McCarthy, but also making sure that it's clear that there are high expectations. So I think all around this is really good. Also, I thought that Greenard on this podcast, Flag on the Play, I thought he was on Hollywood Squares. Is that still a thing? Yeah. But this is what he said when asked about J.J. McCarthy. Brah. When you got a guy like this, J.J. McCarthy, had a resume like the time frame he's been in, obviously hurt the first year, comes back, gets hurt again, so it's like he had a small sample size to really judge off of. And then obviously you're talking about us having the best receiver in the game, Justin Jefferson, unless he's talking about Thielen. Yeah. Obviously the good weapons around us. Y'all want to know why is he not like he could go in this instance? But I think JJ, honestly, with the stat that we got with Kevin O'Connell, staff that we got with Kevin O'Connell, Josh McCown, they're being there with Wes Phillips dialing it up. It's like nearly impossible. You kind of mentioned Sam Darnold as well. Early on, like Sam did a hell of a job in the same system. It's just a matter of JJ just got to get more comfortable and get these reps in. Exactly. Right. And Sam could come in way differently, being my age and being multiple years in the league and heard different systems and know how to put 2 and 2 together. JJ still was like figuring it out, which obviously Sam Darnold, he was 27 last year. The Vikings last season was his 7th in the NFL. And also, Sam Darnold, he had some nice moments with the Jets, but he also didn't look ready at times. And McCarthy is 2 games into his freaking career. He's 22 years young. It's honestly, it's like tossing a 4-year-old into the deep end of the swimming pool and then wondering, how come he's not swimming? That's basically it. So, also, you look around the league. You look at Baker. You look at Jared Goff. You look at Slinging Sam Darnold. You look at Daniel Jones. It's like, oh, I wonder if their original team still want them back. Well, maybe not Goff, but then Greenard continued. So obviously you've seen what he can do, obviously, in the Chicago game, and obviously he comes back in Atlanta game was terrible. Now, a lot of Viking social media latched on of Greenard calling the Atlanta game terrible. I don't think it's Greenard specifically calling out McCarthy as terrible. I think that the game as a whole was terrible. And if anything, he was sort of calling out the offensive line. But if you look at that, it's a matter of a mix-up of miscommunication. You can see sometimes he got sacked with nobody even touching the guys. So, I mean, it's... clearly a dig at the offensive line. And I know the offense. I know literally what we're supposed to be doing. And this is clearly a lack of communication, and it makes it look terrible because nobody's going to care if you get sacked or you fumble the ball. No matter what happened, you're going to get all the blame, you the quarterback. And that's exactly it, where Yeah, we've harped on this, where the first play of the fourth quarter where the defense gets a great stop, it's still 12-6. Vikings aren't still in a one-score game, and you got the ball back. You're thinking, okay, here we go. Fourth quarter, just like Chicago, and then Brian O'Neill has a miscommunication and a free rusher, strip sack of J.J. McCarthy. Everyone's like, what's wrong with J.J. McCarthy? Brian O'Neill completely skated on that. So, I don't know. But I like him. I like JJ as far as a competitor, a guy who knows ball and just wants to win, which is the ultimate compliment from these younger generations. He knows ball. Yeah. Also, later in the podcast, he did talk about JJ's availability and health. I think JJ, he will probably be back this week. I think he will. So, yeah, obviously Greenard's not on the medical staff. Obviously Greenard's not Kevin O'Connell, and we'll see when it breaks down in terms of who gets the first team reps today. But also, I mean, Greenard is in that locker room. Of course, players talk about health, players talk about the lineups, players talk about everything. So maybe there is just a little bit of insight there from JG, team captain, where it's like, oh, the buzz around the locker room, what everyone's talking about is like JJ is going to be back. Or he could just be shooting from the hip. I don't know. But honestly, like I said, this is really good leadership here from Greenard, where he goes on this Hollywood Squares podcast. It's great. But also, he's making it clear that expectations are high for JJ, but also the reasoning behind JJ's faltering the first two games, not all on him. The offensive line was a mess against Atlanta, and you did see some great stuff in the Chicago game. So, and also, it's a very small sample size to write him off so quickly. And also, I like that Greenard broke down the difference between J.J. McCarthy and Sam Darnold, because Darnold, I mean, he's looking good with Seattle. Congratulations. He's an 8-year veteran who's definitely been around the league. He knows what's up. Let's see J.J. McCarthy when he's 28 years young. Now, let's see JJ when he has 7-8 years of experience in this league. And it's the same argument that we have with Jared Verse and Diamond Dallas Turner. Like, Jared Verse is a man. He's 40, literally, almost. But also, let's see what Diamond Dallas Turner is in 3-4 years when he's the same age as Jared Verse is now. So, yeah. Also, it's kind of like Rich Gannon. You know what I mean? Rich Gannon, brought in by the Vikings. Well, Patriots and then the Vikings. And then he bounced around the league as a bit of a journeyman backup. Then all of a sudden, it clicks in Oakland. Then he wins 2002 NFL MVP at age like 36. So sometimes it takes time for these guys to marinate, and it is just so asinine to be like, J.J. McCarthy's a bust after 2 games. Nah. Plus, when he's healthy, it is his show. Love Carson Wentz. Love what he's done as the backup filling in, but it is number 9 show. Feeling fine to number 9. There we go. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. Jonathan Greenard, team captain, JG, goes to bat for McCarthy, but also makes it clear expectations up here. All right. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, his thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best you know what to do. Skol, production value.